think if we could go back to before Kodaline started and tell ourselves that this is where we'd end up, I don't think we would have believed it. Hey Korea, Steve here from the band Kodaline. We're so excited to be back, play for you guys, and to be back here in Korea. I remember when we first came to Korea, that welcome at the airport was amazing, and the show was incredible. We came over not really knowing what to expect, but the fans were amazing. They sang along to every song as well, which was quite incredible. 4 years is such a long time. It's flown by. I don't know where that time has gone, but we're so happy to be back. Every time we come here, we're made feel like we're at home, which is great. We are so excited as a band to play in Seoul again. We're playing today, we're playing later. Every show is different. I always get nervous before a show, but I think it's good to be nervous. They're good nerves and they keep you on your toes. Hopefully it goes well, and if it's as good as last time, it'll be amazing, so fingers crossed. High Hopes is one of the earliest songs that we had as a band. It was a couple of years before we released anything that song was written. We weren't really doing anything at the time. We had jobs, part-time jobs and stuff like that, and I was gigging in bars and busking on the street in Dublin. For me, yeah, that song is very, very personal because I was 19 at the time, and then I had a panic attack. Kind of didn't really know what the hell was going on. My whole world had turned upside down. I had really hit rock bottom. I won't go fully into detail, but I sat down at the piano and I kind of just started playing some chords, and then I wrote that song and I just started singing, and the song was written in about 3 minutes. And for me, it was the first song, I think it felt like the first real song that I wrote, the first actual song that felt like a song, and it felt really good to sing it, and it felt like a weight was lifted off my chest and off my shoulders when I was singing and performing it. So that song will always have a special place for me. And for the band as well. Like, hearing crowds now sing it around the world is incredible, and I still have to pinch myself every day. I suppose with, I don't really want to mention it, but with lockdown at the time, I was sitting at home for the first time in a very long time, because as a band we have toured pretty much non-stop since 2012, and then obviously in 2020 we stopped for a year or two. I went from living out of a suitcase to kind of being at home, which was great for a while. I was writing songs and stuff. I had spoken a bit as well about anxiety and my issues with panic attacks and stuff growing up, and a lot of the music that I've written for Kodaline was kind of inspired by that. Particularly a song called High Hopes, which is about anxiety and going through a tough time. The irony of it is that I wouldn't have written that song if I hadn't gone through anxiety. So yeah, I found myself writing this book about how I grew up, how music has helped me, you know, how the band has helped me, how I've experienced panic attacks, anxiety off stage, whereas on stage it goes away. But the response to the book has been amazing. I've had fans like reach out to us and me, just saying thank you so much for speaking openly about mental health, anxiety, and depression. So yeah, it's probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done, but one of the most rewarding things I've ever done at the same time as well. We released a live album. It was something that we wanted to do for a very long time. The title of the album is Our Roots Run Deep, and we're talking about ourselves. Myself, our guitar player Mark, and our drummer Vinny have known each other since we were kids. I suppose Our Roots Run Deep is really kind of talking about that. We were friends before we ever played music together, so yeah, that's our roots. They do run deep. The live album is stripped down. Most of the songs that we have written and play live are written usually on a piano or on a guitar first, and that's kind of what we wanted this album to kind of show the songs minus the production of the studio, and it was great. Enjoy it as much as I do and we do as a band. So it was kind of scary because usually when you're recording in a studio you can stop and then you can start again or do a vocal again or play another guitar part. But with this album we didn't have any other chances. It was just play the songs and that's it. So if we messed up or made mistakes, we couldn't really do anything about it. It was very nerve-wracking. More nerve-wracking than a normal show because it had to be as good as we could possibly be. So my favorite song from the live album would probably be maybe Brother, or a song off our second album called Love Will Set You Free. The fact that this album is a live album, hearing the crowd on the recording for me is really special, and it just makes it so good. And we played 2 nights in one of our favourite venues in the world in Dublin in Ireland. It's called the Olympia. I think it was the second night where in the middle of the recording somebody stood up. It looked like he was going to propose to his girlfriend. So I kind of stopped the show and put all the attention on the guy as he was getting down on one knee to propose. And then she didn't say yes. She didn't say no either, but she kind of like looked at him and then kind of like stood up and ran away. And then the whole crowd started like going, oh, as if to say what the hell is going on. So it was really, really awkward. And I thought that he had proposed, she had said no, and the whole venue was just looking at them. They had a light on them. So we had to stop the show. We had to start the song again because it was really awkward. But afterwards I met the two of them, the couple, and they were actually okay. I think they just had a few too many drinks and she was a bit overwhelmed by all the people, and she actually did say yes, but it just looked like that she said no. So that was pretty awkward. I don't know about fun, but it was an interesting thing that happened during the making of this album. So, well, whoa, yeah. 10 years. Yeah, is that Reading? I remember that one, yeah. Your research is amazing. I'm blown away by these pictures, especially that picture of Jay. I totally forgot that existed. A lot has changed for us. We feel incredibly lucky to be able to play music for a living, write songs and play shows around the world. It really is a dream come true. I think if we could go back to before Kodaline started and tell ourselves that this is where we'd end up, I don't think we would have believed it. Yeah, we're very lucky to be doing what we're doing. I think as people we have changed in ways, but in other ways we're very similar. We spend a lot of time together, so we're kind of like a family. That picture of Jay is so good. I'll have to show that to him later. Yeah, we're working on new music. It'll be our 5th album, which is crazy to think. Originally we were thinking about putting out some EPs or just starting to release some songs slowly but surely. We're still figuring it out. We do have quite a lot of songs though, and they are going to make up an album, and we're hoping that we'll release it maybe next year. So, well, I can confidently say next year, hopefully. That's the plan, so I'm very excited about it, and we're very excited about it. Hey guys, everybody in Korea, we just want to say thank you for supporting us, and I hope that we come back soon because we absolutely love playing for you guys, and thank you so much for the support.